wife related. There's fish in the water. I need to stay focused, and because this battleship is he's alternating between going forward and backwards, trying to throw off our aim. So I'm watching my hit points just in case this battleship hits me with a critical. Had to back off my magnification, get a better idea of my location. I was getting pummeled on my left flank, but I ignored it in efforts to try to increase the fires on the oncoming battleship so I can reap more damage from fire for the mission that we're working on. There's a cruiser and battleship still left in this round. They won't last long. Only thing left is a battleship that we were engaged with, and it's getting ready to be subjected to focused fire from my teammates, and he will not be able to sustain uh, himself under that barrage for very long. So we'll just hang here for a moment for this round to be over, rather than uh, speed dating to a new round. Okay, we were able to set 4 fires that help us to advance this mission to cause damage by setting fires. We said we were going to go to port after this round and change from this Wismar to the Takachi. So back to port. Pick out Takashi. I really like this touch of having the Christmas tree floating in the harbor. It's a nice touch. Make sure we're not burning any of our uh, signal flags. I could just looked at the lanyards uh, in the ship graphic to see there are any flags fluttering on it, but I did not do that. So let's see. The high explosive shells for the Takashi, it only does 4.5% probability of fire. It's like half that of the Wismar we were using before. But it takes 7 seconds to recycle its main batteries. By batteries, I don't mean like batteries in a submarine. I mean its main guns of its artillery. Let's see what its torpedo layout is. It doesn't have many torpedoes. It has two torpedo launchers with three torpedoes each, and I'm not sure what their actual launch angles are, but we can sort that out while we play. And for the artillery, it has six. It's a 6x2. Which is, I guess, it's okay. Let's just take it out and see how well it works for being able to emblazon the opposition. Again, the whole what we're focusing on is setting fires on the decks. So again, I constantly have to remind myself that these are cruisers and not my beloved beloved destroyers. Okay, there's no bots on my team this time. Time of day, people are up and about. Goes from tier 5s to tier 7s. I'm a tier 7, so we're sitting at the adult table. We should have superior capabilities to most of the opposition ships. This is another one of those capture the bases. So whoever can either destroy all of the opposing ships or capture the opposing base wins. Type in our traditional Yepper response to teammates offering us well wishes. So we typed in Yepper. Again, I don't know how that originated or why we started using that term, but it's just part of what we do at this point. Again, I'm at my sub. I have sub goal of 75%. My goal of 75% for my subs, which which is hilarious actually. Okay, you should be able to target this is destroyer, but first we just for self-protection need to try to get rid of this destroyer before we focus on the battleship pulling up in its wake. So far, been coming up snake eyes. I think just with Chuckles and Grin, we're going to toss some torpedoes into the mouth of the incoming cruiser. But it's to naught because he got sunk by one of my teammates. My teammate is doing a very good job with his torpedo placements. Okay, we're trying to turn this boat. There aren't any more targets in my vicinity. So now we're just cruising. Again, we might, with our spotter plane, be able to bring this. No, even with our spotter, we can't bring the carrier into our artillery range. We can still toss up some Hail Marys. Has quite a bit of arch on the shell trajectories. Definitely not a flat shooter. Okay, so there still is a cruiser. It might be in range. No, it's outside of my artillery envelope. I already used my spotter plane. It'll be over a minute before it's available again. It's one of those old whale situations. It's nothing for a body to do. Still out of range. Guess while you're waiting, I could reread one of my more favorite snipes at the box. I sort of like the one about your torpedoes are so confused they look for a traffic symbol to tell if they or the target has the right of way. Kind of like that one. A little short. Okay. We managed to at least start one fire. We'll give it another shot, but like its fire starting performance uh, is lacking. But I think what we're actually going to do is go back to port.